City of Cleveland and Cleveland Police that will really fundamentally change the way the city is policed.
And other departments, even in Ohio, Parma, for example, are now going to 12-hour shifts. And so we believe that this new shift model gives our officers more time off, more weekends with their family, reduces the mandates that have been taking a toll on them and their respective families as well too. And we've also put language in this agreement that in 1 year, we're going to evaluate this. And if it doesn't work, we'll go back to the drawing board to figure out what does work. And so I've given Jeff and Jim my commitment to make sure that we are getting the feedback from the men and women on the front lines who are doing this work every single day to make sure we have the staffing model that's going to keep our city safe, but protect the well-being of our officers. One thing also I want to point out, as you know, we just passed a paid family leave policy in our administration several months ago. And guess what department has the most applicants for paid family leave? Police. And so that just shows you that we're doing everything we can to really address the well-being of our police department. And again, if we get feedback that it's not working, we'll go back to the drawing board and figure out what works long term.
Can you talk numbers for us? So how many officers are on the streets right now, and where should we really be at this point?
Yeah, I don't have a specific number for you today. We can get that for you. I know that about 37% of our officers and detectives are in support units. So over 60-some% are on the street, working every day in the districts. Yeah, I don't have specific numbers for you, but over 60% are in the districts working day-to-day and answering calls for service.
We're down roughly 20%, and we budgeted for over 1,400 in this current budget. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. We're down roughly 20% year to date. We budgeted for over 1,400 across the entire division of police. And today's announcement, in addition to the incentives we announced around recruitment, are an attempt to address that 20% shortage. And again, this problem is not unique to Cleveland. Let me say that again. This is not unique to Cleveland. So this is our attempt to finally put Cleveland to be a department of choice statewide by making the investments in pay for our existing officers and the investments we're making to recruit new folks to the department as well too.
When does everything start kicking in, like the salaries, the shift changes?
January 1st.
And how will the public see it happening? Will it be like by districts, by morning shifts, citywide?
Citywide, across all 5 districts. Any other questions? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good work. Sorry? You got it.
Okay, you just heard a little bit of what's going on here in the city of Cleveland based on this new deal between the city and the Police Patrolmen's Union. They're calling it an historic announcement, and I can kind of walk you through here what we're going to deal with. The big thing to this, 2 really critical issues to talk about here. Number one, 12-hour shifts. Police officers will be going to 12-hour shifts. Most have been working 8-hour shifts. Others had been working 10-hour shifts. All officers starting January 1st will be going to 12-hour shifts. Now, the mayor said that that is going to be reevaluated after 1 year. If it's not working, they'll find another plan and they'll move forward with that. If it is working, of course, they'll stay with that as they move forward. Now, here's the thing. You say, okay, you're working a 12-hour shift. Well, that's going to take away some of the stress on the officers who were working 5 days a week, sometimes up to 10, 12 hours a day. This is going to help with that, but it also is going to cost them some overtime. So to go to those 12-hour shifts, kind of the deal that was made, that on top of the significant raise that the officers in Cleveland just received last year when they ratified a new contract agreement, there will be a second raise tacked on top of that. So here's how it's going to break down. Total raises, if an officer has 5+ years of experience, over the next 2 years, they will receive a 25% raise in pay. That is a significant significant pay raise over 2 years. Again, that's for officers with over 5 years of experience. For officers with under 5 years of experience, it will be a total. Now remember, a total, including the union ratified contract plus this new raise that the city just announced today, will be a total of 16% over 2 years. So the give and take there between the city and the police union, obviously good to see because they're working together. We have not seen this in the past, really. We've seen some give and take and some pushback between the Cleveland Patrol Officers Union and City Hall in years past. This shows, what this really does show, which is critical here. They ratified a new agreement, but they didn't stop there. They continued to negotiate. So what that tells us, what that tells me, and should tell all of you, is that there is a conversation, an ongoing conversation between the union and City Hall on how to best patrol the city of Cleveland moving forward. Of course, we're dealing with unprecedented violence here. They need to get their numbers up. They need more police officers on the ground. They believe this is going to help. Right now, down 20%. They are budgeted for 1,400 officers. They are 20% below that. So they believe with this 12-hour shift and with this pay increase, they are going to see a significant upgrade in the number of applicants that they are getting. Of course, we're going to stay on top of this. We'll, just about 28 minutes from now, we'll be on TV with 19 News at noon. We are on TV right now on Channel 43, our newscast underway. So turn over to there. You'll get the very latest on this. And also, of course, right when we hit the air at noon on 19 News with Nicole Versansky, we'll have the very latest on this, what is being called an historic investment in police in Cleveland. Sounds good on paper, right? So we'll continue to watch it. We will, as we always have been, we'll be your watchdog on this. Where's that money coming from? How will it be paid out? Will it work? Will the 12-hour shifts work? We, of course, will stay on top of all of that. For now, I'm Brian Duffy in the 19 News Digital Studios. We'll see you at noon on 19 News.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social